Hello acoustic guitarists. Today I'm going to try and take some of the mystery out of syncopation and why people syncopate songs, what syncopation is, when to use syncopation and when not to use it, or why it's not used. So the timing we're going to be using today is 4/4 timing. Probably base some of these songs around John Hurt stuff because a lot of his songs were played in that sort of timing. Just makes it a bit easier to explain what it is. Now, why do people syncopate songs? Well, if you think about it, it seems to match the lyric. If you look at some songs like, I don't know, Stairway to Heaven. There's nothing syncopated in that. Vincent. There's nothing syncopated in that. But Buffalo Girls. That's syncopated. Monday Morning Blues. That's syncopated. 9 Pound Hammer. That's syncopated. Spike Driver's Blues. That's syncopated. So what is syncopation? Well, if you look at the timing, 4/4 timing, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 beats in a bar, you could say that the strong part of the beat is quarter notes, which is the bass, and then you could say that the syncopated part of the beat are eighth notes. Now, these eighth notes actually fall in front of the strong part of the beat, or the quarter notes. And some songs like John Hurt's Spike Driver's Blues, it starts off with a pinch note. But there are other songs like Buffalo Girls that actually start off with a jump note. So you're starting off with a syncopated note on that melody, but with Spike Driver's Blues, you're actually starting off straight off the bass beat. Now, why are some songs syncopated? Well, it goes with the lyric. A buffalo. A buffalo. So those two notes, the buffalo part of that lyric would be an eighth note. So there's a lot of people on YouTube saying that to learn these melodies, you're supposed to pinch, and then you're supposed to do the syncopated part. So every time you hear that jump note or that offbeat note, that's an eighth note played directly in front of the strong part of the beat. And if you were saying 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, well, the and part of those 4 notes, of those 4 beats, is the syncopated part of the melody. Now, the hardest part about playing syncopated melody is what happens with your thumb. Well, if you keep a strong thumb pulse, the minute you attempt to put a on-beat note in, which is easy, but everybody struggles with trying to put the 8th note in front of the bass pulse without their thumb joining in. So what I would recommend, to practice, like my other video, to practice playing the bass first, and play that with lots of repetitions, thousands first, before you even think about adding a melody. So that will actually develop your thumb in a way that playing these eighth notes in front of your thumb beat will stop your thumb trying to jump in and become part of that problem. So you can freestyle, as an example, you can freestyle the John Hurt song, Spike Driver's Blues. You don't have to play the song exactly the way that he plays it, just freestyle it like this. Practice the bass rhythm first. Now there is a rule to these songs. Even though when performed they're syncopated to match the lyric, you can still play the song without playing any syncopation, and you can actually play every note of the melody on the beat, like this. Now the problem with that is it doesn't match the lyric, and the whole part of the melody is falling exactly when the bass falls, and it becomes quite boring. So if you can just start playing a little bit of the syncopation, then you're on your way. Now, why and when do you syncopate? Well, if you listen to the lyric, this is the hammer. He doesn't go, this is the hammer. It goes, this is the hammer that killed John. So, learning to syncopate these songs isn't about John Ross's pinching. The syncopation is in the lyric. So if you listen to the lyric of the song and listen to where he sings the eighth notes, then all you have to do is transfer that lyric that's in your mind down into this hand and try and do the syncopated melody. And if you're finding that your thumb is jumping in, well, that means that you haven't trained your thumb enough. And I go back to this, practice the bass against a metronome at about 200 beats per minute, and just practice the bass. Do that thousands of times. Don't worry about adding any melody, because if your thumb jumps, that means that you haven't trained your thumb properly yet. And please don't try and do your thumb, the melody, the chord, all at the same time. You're just going to stumble and probably give up the guitar. So practice your thumb first. Once you've got your thumb nice and rock solid, then start playing the melody on the beat. Learn the lyric for hours until you understand it properly and you can sing it properly in your mind. Then apply the lyric to your fingers. you'll be able to play some of these songs. Quarterly, this is pretty easy. This part is syncopated, but I honestly find editing the video harder than playing the guitar, so enjoy. Hope you do something. Goodbye.